and I'm so grateful for EMF support. I actually have 2 recent EMF grants. One is the Health Policy Research Scholar Award. We're specifically looking at quality measures. We know that emergency physicians are subject to a lot of quality measurement, but the evidence is not clear how much that really distinguishes quality and whether it just represents a burden on providers without really providing a lot of benefit. So we're looking specifically at how these quality measures correlate with the outcomes that patients and physicians care about.
The pilot funding allowed me to continue doing the work that I thought that was important. And it also is a rigorous process by which you're applying for the funding, so it adds legitimacy to your work when your peers can look at what you're doing, look at your application, and decide that, yes, this is worth funding, this moves the specialty of emergency medicine forward in a way that impacts patients significantly.
Emergency Medicine Foundation were actually the first people to offer me a grant. A lot of people like me who are early on in their career and haven't gotten opportunities that more established researchers have been able to reach were empowered by grants such as the EMF SAEM medical student grant that I received to start out their career.
The EMF grant came at a critical point in time for me as a young investigator. It's given me the flexibility and the time to go and actively pursue these projects. My projects require a lot of in-country effort and a lot of time abroad. It's not something I can do very easily just in the free time between shifts. And so this really allowed me the chance to get in-country. I spent a third of the year in low and middle income countries actually implementing these tools, which would have been impossible to do without EMF support.
EMF has really been the place where I can, ask the interesting questions that I want to ask, that I think are policy relevant, that impact the way that we deliver care, that we pay for emergency care, and EMF has been incredibly generous and supportive of that work, and to be frank, there's really nowhere else I can think of where I could have done the type of work that I did.
From the medical student perspective, this was one of the only avenues to get a first research grant in emergency medicine research. And for me that was so important because even though the data sets are relatively inexpensive and mentors are accessible, having some funds to both fund some statistical analysis time as well as to get those basic materials to begin a research project can help people and especially students to kind of get their foot in the door in research and to be able to work with the best mentors in emergency medicine.
One of the big benefits of the EMF grant is that there's not a lot of funders out there who would fund this type of research. It's not disease specific, it's very much a services, insurance design sort of project, and I felt that EMF is really investing in me as an investigator, and it's an organization that is here to build emergency researchers.